Good morning! You may well recognise this building behind me, so you know where I am. And if you haven't seen me on this course before, this is the Rolls of Monmouth, and the connection is Mr. Rolls and Mr. Royce, who used to make their cars in a shed just round the corner. Now, I've been coming here for, I don't know, about 35 years off and on. Anything from a 16 to a 5 handicap, and I've shot my handicap once. I've never beaten it. The most likely scenario is 3 or 4 over my handicap today. Am I doing it wrong, or is this simply a difficult golf course that rarely throws you a bone? I've stood out here by the 9th green. I'm looking at where the flag is, and every time I come here, it is there, right on the edge of a precipice. Perhaps that might be the reason why I don't do so well round here. Get in the comments, you tell me what you think. I tell you, this is a Saturday morning, it's as quiet as the grave. There's hardly a single golfer in sight. What a lovely place to be. And here is that 9th green with the flag on the front right just over the bunker. And an incredibly steep drop off back to the fairway if you come up short. And while we're around this side of the house, is the iconic 18th. A long par 3 over some water. A great finishing hole. The first hole here is very generous, except I'm going to miss it. In fact, I've hit the ball straight through what used to be a giant oak tree back in the day before it was hit by lightning. Now, the most important thing you can do at the Rolls of Monmouth is leave yourself something uphill. These greens are faster than average. They're perhaps a little faster than you're used to, and that is part of the challenge. But it's not just the speed, it's the slopes on them. The first 3 holes do not have severe slopes on the greens. It's a gentle start in that respect. But it will bite you. Second here, all I ever do is hit 3-wood up here. I used to hit driver back in the day. Don't need it now. That's a little left. A little concerned about the oak tree, but I'm a mile past it. And then you've got 3 bunkers to contend with. So a 3-wood gap wedge or 3-wood pitching wedge, whatever I hit, is the perfect way of playing this hole. As I say, the greens are a little faster than I'm used to. Didn't go back left. Wow, 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 wow. These greens are excellent as always, fast as always. Maybe not quite summer fast, but certainly faster than where I have been playing. That was a bit scary seeing that go 5 feet past. The third here is a 90-degree dogleg left, and I would normally hit a 5-wood up through the gap and leave myself a 5-iron into the green. Not today though. I have never done that before. I think it's easier because with the leaves dropping I can actually see through the trees. I can see where I want to be. Let's go find out if I am where I want to be. Oh my, that was right down the banner. One thing is for certain with these greens, there are no gimmies. If you're outside a foot, they're all missable. Because of the slope and because of the speed. Yes. long narrow green. The difficulty here is the dead ground, but now we all have lasers, it's very easy to spot exactly how far up the green the flag is. Although I slapped it, so I'm a long way short, and I've misjudged the bounce and the roll on that, so I'm a long way short. As I say, these greens are tricky, and there's usually a couple of different breaks on the green, and you're never too sure whether it's going to go left or right. And the first bogey, a short par 5. If you avoid the trees on the right, that's all you need to do here. And this fairway is still firm despite the rain, so I've run off the side. But it's right in my wheelhouse, this shot.
Holy crap! Let's go.
This next hole is stroke index 2. It's a toughie. It's uphill all the way. Now, when I was a young man and I could hit the ball hard, I could get over the ridge down the other side and have a 7-iron into this green. The most likely scenario today is I've got a 3 or a 4 hybrid, depending on how well I hit the driver. If I hit it like on the last hole, then you just don't know. I don't know how close I'll get. But it's a tough green, big slopes, very fast. I'll take a 5. That's my normal score here, is a 5. So if I get a 5, I've done nothing wrong. I get a shot anyway. This hole's only 407, but it plays so much longer than its length. You're landing into that upslope that you can see in front of you. Although this time I landed on top. So I did get a bit of run out. And then you're faced with this. You want to be on the green, but you also want to be on the right side of the green. I slapped that 5-iron, but I slapped it to the edge of the green, where I opted for a putt. I shouldn't have done, I should have chipped. And one thing you'll notice here is collecting bogeys is very, very easy. And we duly collect one. This par 5 7th is yet another hole where if you hit 2 absolutely perfect shots, you can get greenside into. Especially if you're very, very brave with the second shot. Yellow tee is being repaired, so I'm probably something like 30 yards back. So we'll forget the on in 2, and it might actually change what direction I'm going to hit my tee shot in from back here. So, 7th hole, off the whites. That's not only right, that short, by being virtue of about 30 yards back, I'm normally past the oak tree. I was pretty worried about losing the ball in the trees on the right. Well, actually it's solid undergrowth, and the 7-iron really wasn't enough to get to a decent layup position, so all we can see here is the top of the flag, water to go over, and plenty of water on the left as well. But we negotiate the difficulties very well. In the Rolls of Monmouth prayer book it says, "Thou shalt not miss the 8th green." It's very long, it's very narrow. And if you do hit the green, well, then your troubles just begin. The slopes on this green remind me of Thailand, to be honest. except I don't have a caddy telling me my line.
This is a tough par 3. Beautiful, but tough.
The 9th here used to have a very tall tree on the left as well as the right. You really did have to kick a goal to find the fairway. Today I opted for 3-wood instead of my normal driver. I wanted a fuller shot in. But perhaps I could have been closer or even further away. That would have helped.
That's 2 inches from going back in the bunker.
So I haven't gone off the false front because I went over the bunker. And there are no gimmies on this green. This is incredibly difficult. It's 3 feet, but it scares the life out of you.
Now, in my assessment of this golf course, I would say that's the easy 9 done. From now on, there are more narrow greens and more greens where it really is important which side of the flag you are. The actual tee shots aren't so bad. As I say, the problem here is when you get to the green.
10 turns very gently to the left, and the only thing you cannot do here is go left. You have to keep out to the right.
Oh, you know that seniors can't compress a Pro V1X? Well, the ball mark in the centre of this face is just over 1 inch in diameter. That ball is compressed by a little old man.
We are most definitely in the phase of do not go past the flag, not at these speeds, and don't go left of this one either. So something short right is ideal. But on these greens there's always 2 borrows in play. One from the obvious high side and one from the unobvious high side over there, caused by the bunker. It's very, very difficult.
Now on this 11th, I think twice now I've hit driver for the camera. It's a short hole and it's downhill. Gets tight as you get towards the green. I've hit 1 decent shot off it and made a par. I've hit 1 poor shot and made a bogey. No, actually I lost my ball, didn't I? Anyhow, that is not the correct way to play this hole. And as you can see, the tee behind me is being rebuilt. So we're off a mat. This is only 284 today. So I'm just going to hit a 6-iron. Lay it well back so I can get over the oak tree, onto the green, take me 2 putts, get out of dodge. My goodness, that's gone way down.
Yeah, I don't often hit my 6-iron 240 yards, but when I do, I leave myself a little pitch and run.
I've never been down here before without using a driver from the back tee. Come on!
12 is a bit of an awkward par 5, as you will see as we play it. You've got to hit this fairway, and I don't know if you've noticed today, but I'm set up a little bit closed and aiming right. And I've hit it right. Now I'm going to try and get over the second oak tree. I've got the 4 hybrid here. I think I should have used the 5-wood.
It caught the tree and dropped down.
So there was GUR to my left, so I got to drop here. The oak had dropped a limb or 2 and they didn't want people walking underneath it. The 9-iron wasn't great.
I got about 9 or 10 feet
that
on
was
the
a poor
green,
one.
and then it came back again. This is the difficulty. You do want to be under the hole, but you do have to get onto the flatter part of the green. And as you'll see round here, collecting bogeys is so easy.
Turn. Too hard.
It's perhaps why I've struggled for so many years, is that you can make so many bogeys. Very much downhill, the camera doesn't show it, and yet again a green that you cannot afford to miss. That wasn't the best 7-iron I've ever hit, so I'm just short. I'm probably in the only place that you can be of miss the green.
Oh, go on.
Is short. That just stopped. And that just missed, so we collect yet another bogey. They just happen. 14 I hit 3-wood these days. I used to hit driver. It's a gentle turn to the left and I find a draw with the 3-wood onto the top of the hill to be ideal. And that's not a draw. And this is a green you cannot miss to the right. I did once, and it bounced and rolled down about 80 yards to the 15th tee. The third shot was not very entertaining.
Let's get back on the path. Stay up.
"15 is another hole where I would hit 3-wood in the summer. Today it's driver, and you've got to go down that centre line of the fairway and not attempt to take any of the dogleg left. But then your problems begin. You're on a downslope, and it's usually going to squirt right off a downslope. I didn't get to the bottom of the ball, but of all the places to miss this green, this isn't a bad place to miss it, because you can chip to anywhere from here.
Tidy.
"16 is a hole where you need to keep left to have a view of the green.
No. No, 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 not again.
There's no shot at the green from here. In fact, if we'd had a normal amount of rain this summer, that grass down there tends to be about 3 inches long. So you don't have any shot at the green. And you do have to get up this green to stay on it. I've only just got on it, which means that it's come off again. I've elected to putt, and I should have chipped it. And you don't just collect bogeys round here, you collect doubles. On to 17. I want to get into the right half of this fairway. And then for your second shot, you just must simply hit left. Even if you hit so far left that you go into the left rough a little bit, you can't go right.
Crap.
Crap, indeed.
And this is quite simply the reason why you can't go right, because we have a cavern full of sand between us and the flag.
That might be stiff.
Let's go.
Well, that settles it. I am beating my handicap for the first time. There are so many different tees on this iconic number 18. Today's tee, it's 193, 195 to the middle. So it's a bit longer than I'm used to. I think if I stay dry, I will be a very happy man. Ta-ra! Of all the finishing holes I've ever played, I think this is the best one. Because there is the potential to destroy your round right here. Ta-ra!